And the whole controversy surrounding Deion, who came in as Colorado's head coach, tells everybody you got to hit the transfer portal. Mm-hmm. And now there's a big deal because over 50 players have hit the transfer portal. This has been a big deal over the course of the last few weeks. Oh, look at what's happening. 50 players, it's a huge problem. Today, Colorado's athletic director, Rick George, said, hey, we support Deion Sanders' plan to rebuild the roster, saying, quote, I have confidence in him and his staff, and they know what they're doing. He's been honest and forthright, very open about it, publicly and privately. He's trying to build a winner at Colorado, and this is his way to do it. This should not be controversial, and I'll give you a big bold prediction. This is the last time a story like this will be controversial. It's new. And Deion Sanders is polarizing. Either you can love Deion Sanders, you can hate Deion Sanders. I don't like all the peacocking he does. But I love the coach he is. Look at what he did, rebuilding a smaller school. But that's why this story is here, because this is simply the flip side of the business of college football, right? We talk a lot about NIL and the players who can hit the transfer portal whenever they want to and the headache and, oh, my God, what do we do? But players hit the transfer portal all the time when they want to. There's nothing stopping them from doing that. Every year, your college football and college basketball team has to go through free agency. All right, right after it's over, who's leaving, who's staying? And you'd be surprised, oh, we got our guys coming back next year. Nope, guys hitting the transfer portal because I'm getting more NIL money from here. I'm getting a better chance over here. It happens. This is the other end of it. This is a coach who came, and Deion Sanders came in, and he told you, this is what I need to do. And you know why? Because Colorado's program is terrible. They're coming off another 1-11 season. They had nothing going on. So here's a coach coming in saying, okay, we're not winning with the players that we have. So I'm telling them, time to go. Hit the transfer portal and go. Could he have done it a little bit better? Yeah, he didn't have to come in his open meeting and saying, hey, welcome, I'm the coach. You guys should get ready to hit the transfer portal. You're talking about kids who've had their world turned upside down, so there could have been a little bit better way for him to do it than in the first meeting. You know, it could have been something done behind closed doors, but that's not who Deion Sanders is. He's a show. He wants to be a show. But overall, he's doing what they hired him to come in and do. I'm doing what I think is best, and that is cleaning out the program, and I'm going to get kids to come in and play. Kids can leave anytime they want to all the time. This is now just going to be our way of doing it. So nothing is going on here that's very untoward. He's not doing anything behind closed doors. He came in and said, hit the transfer portal. You may not like it, but it's reality. Would you rather have that or a head coach lie to you saying, yes, there's a place for you here. We want you to stay while they're figuring out what to do. And then you wind up staying. And as you get into summer practice, you realize, oh, there really is nothing here for me. The coach lied to me. He told you, hit the transfer portal. Okay, it's rough, but this is how it is. We talk about college football as a big business all the time. This is just the flip side of that. Yeah, it's a business for the players. They get this part of it too. You push and want NIL money and all these different things and transfer portals. Okay, but this is a part of it too. Here's a coach coming in, and all he's doing is trying to figure out a way to make the program better. There's going to be other coaches who come in and do the exact same thing as Deion Sanders. They may not be as open about it to the media. They may not be as looking for attention as Deion Sanders is, but they're going to do the exact same thing. But it's the first time we've seen something like this, so it's, oh, boy, Deion, what are you really doing? But now after this, it's going to be, oh, I get it. He's trying to make the team better. He's bringing in who he thinks he can win with. You know what? He won where he was before. They hired him to come do this. So nothing's really happening that I can see outrage for. I just feel like it's different. So people want to jump up and down and go, I don't like it. Okay, but there's really nothing to not like. Everything that's gone on, we've kind of seen it, and I don't really have a question about it.
Yeah, I think the big thing here is always just remember the field you're playing on here and who you're hiring. Right? I'll go back to our world of broadcasting. Former, iHeart and Premier Networks personality, the EIB network, Rush Limbaugh, when he was hired for Monday Night Football. What did you expect? He was going to be suddenly just diagramming plays? No, he's brought in because of his personality. You brought in Dennis Miller. Dry, sardonic, esoteric wit. And then suddenly that was bad.
Stop using words nobody knows what they mean, like sardonic and esoteric. Stop.
Thanks, buddy.
Don't use those.
Well, you know what? I paid a lot of money for those words. Damn, I'm going to use them.
Just say he was a comedian. They brought him in to be funny. People know comedian. You say stuff like esoteric. What was the other word? Esoteric and
sardonic.
What was the other one? Bombastic, sardonic.
Sardonic.
Nobody knows those words.
Bombastic's a good one, too, that I think a lot of folks, we need to use that more as well.
You say sardonic, and it sounds like like if Sardines had a group that sang a cappella, they would be the Sardonics.
No, that's good.
That's kind of what it is.
I like that. We can add that to the next season of SpongeBob. Look,
right.
So the idea, though, is that you hire people for what they've done and who they are. Deion Sanders, since he left Florida State, has not exactly been a wallflower. Look he was one of the stories coming out of the draft, right? Because he blasted all the organizations for not drafting players from the historically black colleges, right? There was only one guy, goes to the Patriots, so he called that out as well. Some had argued, well, you went to Colorado, and some of those guys that would have been drafted now transfer because they see that you did. And opportunities are there and others. So there's, a little give and take there. But the idea being that Deion's not a quiet guy. And he's going to go in and upset the apple cart. Did you like the optics of that first meeting? No, but he knew exactly what he was doing. Look, it's a new way of doing business. Feelings are going to get hurt. Sit and watch a practice at any level. High school, club soccer, you coach your kids' softball team. Sometimes, you find a nice way to say it as often as you can, but sometimes there's got to be a reaction, right? We had the Wander Franco play we were talking about yesterday, right? Flip the ball up to yourself and then throw it. I got to imagine the first time that happens in a practice, you kind of grit your teeth, maybe make a comment. Second time, you're probably not going to be as nice. Deion doesn't give you the second time. He goes straight to it. And now that you have 57 people into the transfer portal, it's the new age of college football and doing business. And it's a new business model. You know what? He's got to make it work, right? If it works, then great. The method is in the madness of it all, right? And it proves out, and he gets the best players to stay, and parents and players that want to play under him get that exposure, and maybe can deal with the harsh realities of how he's going to approach practices and criticism and critiques, both in the film room and in front of a microphone, in front of the assorted, assembled media, then yeah, you're going to win long term. But in the interim, it's a theoretical, hey, let's put this into practice. We have no idea if it's going to work. They sold a lot of tickets. They sold a lot of prime merch. At this point, that's all you got, a lot of headlines. If he doesn't win in September and October, guess what? I think the Colorado AD might be reconsidering some of those things.